officially live. It is RacerX Wednesday, just a few days before Christmas. You can tell I am sporting my Dollar Tree Santa hat because it's the thing to do, right? So anyway, guys, it should be a fun little live tonight. Like I said, tonight is really just my opportunity to come back to you guys after coming to you guys last week. We had a lot of fun last week on the live, but I wanted to do kind of a special Christmas themed live tonight. So as you guys get ready to come into the chat, do me a big gigantic favor, really two things. Please hit the thumbs up for me. It lets everybody know that we are live. And then also say hi to me so I can see what the comments are tonight. I want tonight's session to be very, very interactive. I'm going to scoot this just a little bit this way, guys, so you guys can maintain a decent view of me with my map back there. So anyway, hopefully you guys do like the hat, James. I appreciate it. I'm actually going to update this so I can see your comments come across a little bit better here on my screen. Here comes all the comments starting to show up. And like I said, guys, tonight it's going to be just kind of a chill little opportunity for me to talk to you guys about a couple of things. Some things I'm really grateful for, things I'm happy, things I want to see going into next year. We'll talk a little bit about that. And like I said, tonight, it's all about just me being interactive with you guys. And just really, this is a little, pre-Christmas celebration. And I did one of these last year as well. Had a good time, had a cool little poem and stuff I did for you guys. Didn't do all that this year, but I am actually, like I said, I've been looking forward to this live for a little while. Guys, do me a big favor though. Hit the thumbs up on your way in tonight on tonight's live. If you didn't catch it initially, if you weren't live with me tonight, no big deal. If you're watching it on replay, I still really appreciate it. And we'll just catch you on the next one. So let me see what we got here, guys. I'll make sure I have my volume off here, and I want to see who we've got in the building. And then, like I said, I don't have a ton of new stuff that I didn't talk about last week, but I do have some important kind of things that I want to talk about tonight. So let me see who else we've got here. I'm going to jump up a little bit here. I don't have my mouse with me, guys. I moved venues because I didn't like the lighting in my office on my last live. So James likes the hat. Michael the Barbarian saying, what's up? 3V Project, my man in the house. Good to see him in tonight. I've got my hats back from being clean, so I just got to send it your way, buddy. So I do have that coming on the way for you. Jason Pollard is here. What's up from PA? Good to see you, buddy. Chuck Rice is here. Michael's saying ho, ho, ho. My man Harold is in the building. Good to see him in tonight. Let's see who else we got in here. Wilson Blanco saying yo. Rockland is here. Good to see him in. He says, Merry Christmas, X. Thank you, my friend. And I'm glad you like the hat. This is a budget hat, guys. But it is RacerX Red, which is really good. Let's see. Tony saying 100%. Jonathan, hi, RacerX. Good to see you on the live tonight, buddy. Miles Lynch is here. Good to see him in. He says, what's up, RacerX? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Washcloth. I like this one. Yes, sir. The hat is clean. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Rookie Rock is here saying RacerX with the X's. Darth Bane, I love it. This is Good Evening Racer X. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Let's see here. Wow, we got a bunch of comments coming in. I want to say hi to everybody before we get going too much. Your mom keeps calling me. It says the C8, the poor man's Ferrari and Lamborghini. Some people would say that. I personally like driving the C. I think it's a fun car. Let's see. Tanks the Metal G, Mopar for life. I like it. Let's see. James Photos is in the house again tonight as well. Good to see my buddy in here tonight. Let's see here. Who else we got? Sunny H85. Merry Christmas, RacerX. Merry Christmas to you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Washcloth saying Merry Christmas to Ardell is in the house. Good to see you in tonight. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Absolutely. Right back at you there. Oh, let's see here. Let me jump down just a little bit. Who else? Michael saying good evening, Sir X. I appreciate that, Michael. B5 Beast 422. What's up, RacerX? How you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining the live tonight. Jeff New, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy birthday to Jesus. Very much so. Let's see here. Jonathan saying, RacerX, I was wondering what kind of car did you have 2 years ago? 2 years ago, I had the, you know what? 2 years ago, I had the Blue Mustang. I think I had the Blue Mustang 2 years ago. I think I had, no, I'm sorry, I didn't. I had the WRX, I had the Scat Pack, and I had the Hellcat. I had 3 cars for the channel. So good question on that. I love it. Let's see here. Becky is here. Good to see Becky Ware in tonight. Merry Christmas, everybody. This message is held for review. What am I seeing here? Oh, I just see a bunch of craziness here. Let me see what else. Let's see. Dwayne is here saying Merry Christmas. My man 3B Project. No worries. Thanks. Absolutely, buddy. Hellcat Mike is in the house saying what's up, X. Todd is saying Merry Christmas, RacerX, and to everyone else. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Todd. Let's see. Damien is saying, first of all, I can see the light of the most beautiful, let's see, the most beautiful in the world. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. Oh, let's see what else we got here, guys. Chuck saying, let's talk Dark Horse Racer X. We can definitely do that. Let's see. Doyle's in the house. Let's see. Hello. Merry Christmas, Racer. Let's see. Justin saying Merry Christmas. Good to see you guys in the house tonight. James, is Dodge going to give us the stage kits for Christmas? I can dream. I don't think so. Most of what I heard from Direct Connection, and you guys kind of heard it from the president there when I interviewed him at SEMA, a lot of that stuff is going to start coming out in early 2023. So just hang on. You're going to see a lot of cool stuff from Direct Connection coming up in the first part of this next year, guys. So that's something to sort of get excited about. Let's see here. What else did we have come up? My man James Photo. Eggnog for the X-Man. Drinks on me. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate that. As always, thank you for your generosity. And I had so much fun on the live last time with my man James Photos and 3V Project and all the whole crew. Everybody was kind of jumping in there. Had a couple of new guys jumping in as well. I had so much fun on the last live, guys. It was a really good one last week. So, like I said, tonight, same kind of thing. Tonight is going to be a little bit more low-key. I don't have as much to talk about from a content perspective in terms of what I brought you. But I do have a couple of really important key points that I want to, just kind of go into. Like I said, this is like the RacerX Christmas edition. It's going to be pretty chill tonight. Hopefully my audio is okay, guys. Let me know if my audio is not good or there's too much echo. I've tried to kind of drown it out with some stuff. So let me see here. What else we got? So Todd said Merry Christmas, RacerX. I think I got him. There's Damien. Let's see. I think I jumped up a little bit. Let me make sure I've got just a few Force Hobbies. Merry Christmas, Racer Dude. I appreciate it, buddy. Russell, there's Russell. I knew I was forgetting something. Russell was in the house last time as well. Russell's got a pretty cool shirt on the way. So spilled the beans on that, but that's okay. I think you could probably figure that out. Let's see, 3V Project. Oh, I'm sorry. Mike D said I like a C8. I have one traded a Hellcat Charger. Well, it's definitely a very different kind of car to drive, but they both certainly have their merits. Let's see, who else we got? Hey, James, glad to see you back, man, says 3V. Gordon saying happy holidays from down under. We got Gordon joining us from Australia. I love it. Thank you for being on. Let's see here. Force Hobby says also happy holidays to everyone and a happy new year. Absolutely. Celtic Wraith, Merry Christmas, Racer X. I appreciate that. And Ty saying, let's see here, boiler up. Let's see here, Rookie Rook. Let's see, I have an important question, Racer X. I know you went over it several times. I need to know one more again. Is it okay to drive my 392 Dodge, whoops, where'd it go? Dodge Charger in track mode daily? Absolutely. It will not hurt your car. So I did a video on that very subject, as a matter of fact. No, I mean, the engineers at Dodge have stressed to me that the car, believe it or not, track mode actually is less stressful on your transmission than either street or sport. It seems like it wouldn't be, but it doesn't hang the transmission the same way, and it's actually better. Now, it's a little bit more abrupt when you're driving it. I love the way that feels. I love just the more crisp shifts, the way the power comes in a little different. But do not worry at all about putting your car in track mode. I think there's been some myths, rumors, whatever out there. I can assure you that it does not hurt the car. It doesn't hurt the longevity of the transmission, anything like that. So just enjoy it, rock the car. Like I said, these engineers are really smart, and when they put these engines and transmission combinations together, the gearing, all the stuff that comes on them, they know people are going to drive them like that, and they still have to warranty these cars. So just keep that in mind and just enjoy your car for the stuff it has in it. Absolutely. Let's see here. David's saying happy Christmas. So so real quick, guys, I do want to just talk about a couple of things that I put out here recently. Last time on my live, I talked about the fact that, when I go to some of these forums and things like that, it was a pretty toxic place. Here we are really close to the holidays, right? We got Christmas coming up in just a few days. This is a time for us to be around our family, loved ones, people that we care about. Sometimes it's around being, you got holiday parties and we got all sorts of crazy stuff going on. And we get lost, right? We get lost in the minutia of Christmas shopping. This happens to all of us, right? As we turn into adults, Christmas becomes a lot more stressful because when we're kids, we have Santa Claus showing up, and we don't stress about the same things we do when we get older. And then, a lot of people would kind of agree the fact that Christmas can be literally one of the most stressful, if not the most stressful time of the year. You're trying to make sure you didn't forget anybody on your list. Yes, your finances sometimes can be under some stress because, you want to make sure you don't forget about people. There's a lot kind of going on this time of year, and it seems like we're so busy that we really forget, the important things about Christmas. Gary, my man Gary jumping in. He says, Merry Christmas to you and yours. Thank you very much, Gary. I appreciate the super chat, buddy. As always, Gary, big supporter of my channel for a long time. So thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. And Merry Christmas to you as well. So, but yeah, I think it's so easy to get caught up in everything happening. There's my man Bendover jumping in. But the biggest thing is to not stress. It's so hard to do, right? Because I've been doing the same thing. I've been really stressing. This year I'm ahead of where I usually am. I'm like Captain Christmas Eve, right? Like Christmas Eve, I'm like, oh crap, I forgot this person and this, and I've got this, and I didn't get this. And this year I'm way ahead of the curve. I started ordering more stuff online from places like Amazon and Walmart, and it has worked out much better for me. I'm not one of those people who starts Christmas shopping in like September. I just not that guy. But this year I feel a little better about things. I've got one more thing to buy tomorrow, and I'm good. Little X is coming in on Friday. I'm super excited about that. Can't wait to see her. And this is that time of year, guys, where just don't forget through all the stresses and the just everything that happens this time of year. People get in a big hurry. And people get road rage because there's everybody on the road right now. People are out of work, and in terms of they're not working right now. Some people don't have a job, but I mean in terms of just everybody's on the streets. Everybody's trying to buy gifts. The lines are long. Traffic sucks. That's part of things this time of year. But it's so easy to lose track of what Christmas is really all about. And really, that's my biggest thing, is to remember that, this is supposed to be a fun time of year to spend with people you care about, to just enjoy. And the Christmas spirit is really the important thing. And, I've always been really big into giving like sentimental gifts. That's one of my favorite things to do. I got something very special for my daughter for this year. I don't want to go into it because she watches my channel. She might be watching me right now. I don't know. But at any rate, it's one of those things that I feel like sometimes you don't really even have to spend very much money on really cool gifts. And like I said last time, guys, with everything going on, you see all these toxic places. There's all this crap in the news. And it's like sometimes, Todd, thank you very much, buddy. I really appreciate it. It's just so easy to lose track of what it's really all about. And I am, for one, super grateful for people like you. We don't have a ton of people. Like, we got like 70 folks on tonight. It's very chill tonight. I love that. But the thing is that you guys are my core group, and I couldn't do it without you. And I'm truly blessed to have a channel that continues to grow. You guys seem to appreciate my content, and the vast majority of you guys have been big supporters of me. Some of you guys are relatively new, but a lot of you guys have been with me for a really long time. A lot of you guys came on board because I had a Hellcat, right? And you guys stuck with me, even as I transitioned over to a Ford, and maybe we make some other transitions. I've already told you, it looks like we'll probably have another Mopar coming to the channel very soon. Who knows? Maybe I'll do something from Chevy, whatever. But you guys have stuck with me regardless, and I really appreciate it. And I really hope that you guys will take a minute, step back, and just take a deep breath and realize, what Christmas is really about. And it's like I said, it's just, even myself, I'm like, I got to remind myself when I start getting mad at the guy in front of me who's driving like a butt clown, and you see all these people in line, and people are impatient and they're frustrated and all this kind of stuff. It's just, it's so important to just remember that, that is really not what Christmas is meant to be. And so, guys, that's what I'm going to ask everybody to do over the course of the next few days. Is take a deep breath, remember what it's, what's really important, and you will find that it's just a lot more pleasant thing. And so that's kind of my just advice to everybody. I've had some people reaching out. So many of you guys have reached out to me telling me happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I really do appreciate it. And I'm doing my best to kind of answer a lot of stuff on Instagram. I'm a little behind, but I will get there. But guys, that's what it's all about. It's all about just I love this fact that we can come together as a car community and just sit and talk for an hour, every couple of weeks or whatever. And man, I'm Kenneth Hudson. Man, we got a bunch of crew in tonight. I love this. So, but guys, yeah, please take 1 second. When you find yourself getting angry, when you find yourself getting mad, or when you feel just overly stressed out, like I said, it's okay. That's not really, Christmas has become this really corporate, just crazy money making entity. And at the end of the day, that's not what it's supposed to be. Everybody likes giving and giving, and I actually like giving gifts and stuff. It makes me happy to see the people I care about happy, but that's not really what is most important. Let's see, what is Terrell? I may have to go down and check out some super chats, guys. You guys have been awesome tonight. So anyway, like I said, I know it probably does sound maybe just slightly preachy coming from me, but I do want you to just think about some of the things that I'm saying, because I had to think about some of the things that I'm saying, and I wanted to spread some good messages on tonight's live, some positivity in a world that otherwise seems to be kind of chaotic. So I got a couple of super chats to grab really quick. So let's see here. My man James Photos, I got that one. Let me see who else we got. Who else did we get here? Okay, my man Gary. We saw Gary. Let's see here. We saw Todd come in. Sorry, guys. I'm taking just a hot second. I want to make sure I grab all those. Okay, so Terrell, he said, happy holidays. I have a 21 a GT Performance Pack 1 car. Very nice. Do you think the extra 27 horsepower and the unknown factor mod is worth to upgrade? Would you trade yours in for one? Well, of course, mine is definitely highly modified. I have the benefit of having some really good sponsors, as you guys probably well know. If I was going to, do I think the new S650 is appealing over the S550 platform? You know what? First of all, really good question. I'm trying to answer this as politically correct as I can. I really like the S650. I like some things about it better than the 550, but here's the deal. When it comes out, if dealerships are gouging people, if you already have an awesome, your car's a performance pack car, the S550, very proven platform. A lot of people really like that platform. You can do a lot to them. There's no sense in probably spending an extra 20 grand on the new S650 or an extra 30 grand on a dark horse, in my mind. Now, I'm not an over sticker guy, so I will put that out there as well. So I think if you could get one at sticker and maybe pay, 10,000 more, because you do get some really cool features on it if you order it loaded. I do like, some people don't like the big screen. I love the new screens in the Mustang and the fact that it's more driver centric, like a Challenger, versus the S550 that is very neutral in driving position. And I've always liked the cockpit feel. So that is something I really do like about the new Mustang. So I think the new Mustang definitely has its merits, but don't go out and pay exorbitant amount of money over sticker price for one of those. And my recommendation would be to just go out, when they finally start hitting showrooms, if they'll let you drive one, just get out, take it for a little spin and see if it really feels that much different to you and if it's worth the extra money. In my mind, like I said, if you can get it at sticker, it probably is definitely worth a look. Don't spend over sticker on it because you already got an awesome car in the garage. So that's my 2 cents on it. Really, really good question. And thank you for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate that. Let's see. Who else we got? Aaron, my man Aaron, always present. And I got some mods and moderators in here tonight too, guys. So I really appreciate you guys. Let's see. Good call in celebration of enjoying the holiday. I think I should treat myself to an R8. Aaron, I cannot wait for you to get this R8. You've been telling me about this R8 for a minute because you've been telling me I could review it when you got it. That's one car that I've not had on the channel yet. I've got a few people in my life that really like the R8. So I will definitely be down. If you get the R8, I would love to see it, buddy. You better let me know right away if you get a beat on one. You saw some cars in Florida too. So anyway, buddy, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. And of course, my man Drag Van is in the house tonight as well. So thinking about taking down the Drag Van engine and seeing how worn it is. I know you got a lot of passes on the the drag racing ice cream van. I would be interested to know as well. It has like 16,000 and about 800 passes on nitrous. It might be time to take a look inside that thing, crack it open and see what it's looking like. It might surprise you. Nitrous, when it gets tuned right and all that kind of stuff, really doesn't hurt the engine. But I've also seen it do really bad things when it's not right. So There's that piece of it, and just 800 passes, that's a lot. So you might be worth just taking a quick look at it during some downtime, just to make sure it's happy. Some people are of the opinion, look, I'm just going to go ahead and break it, and when it breaks, I'll just open it up and fix it, or I'll get a new engine. And then other people are like, no, I want to prevent it before it ever gets bad. If I'm seeing some wear, maybe, so I'm kind of the second, school of thought. Maybe it's not a bad idea to just take a look inside that thing and see how it's looking. You've been putting it through its paces. Thank you for the super chat, buddy, and of course the support as always. Let's see here, guys. Let me see. I think I've got all of those in here and a bunch of other stuff. I'm gonna have to start kind of looking around at some different comments that are coming in. Let's see here. What is Chuck Rice saying? Listen, not vibing with your channel as much with no Mopars RacerX. You still bring good content. Well, I appreciate it, buddy. Like I said, this coming year, let's see here. Oh, 3V Project jumping in. I'm going to grab his comment in 1 second. I do want to talk about that. But you guys will see some cool stuff this coming year. So I know in 2022, I was having a lot of transition like in my life personally. And you guys just stuck with me. It meant the world to me. And so there's just a lot of things, and you guys saw obviously with the blue Mustang what happened there. Of course, now I've had the red Mustang for a while. But, I haven't had a whole lot of new stuff to bring to the channel because I've had lots of challenges. And I've tried to still bring you a lot of very unique content, talk about a lot of new stuff, not a lot of drag racing stuff. So might get back to my roots and do some more drag racing stuff for you this coming year and have a couple of different platforms to do it with. And I'm trying to put lots of irons in the fire, so to speak, in terms of getting you guys new cars for the channel. So I'm just going to put it like that. I can't come out because like I told you guys, I've had so many things fall through on my channel. I've told you guys, you guys, those of you follow me, you guys know, right? How many different cars have just been kind of swept out from under me and cars I was going to use for the channel. This year, I put a lot of irons in the fire. We may not see, I don't want to say it. Well, I will. So we may not see this twin turbo Mustang go through the whole year because I'm trying to get a lot of new stuff for you guys. I want to bring you guys new content. I want to continue to do cool things for the channel. And I want to do some stuff maybe you almost never see. We'll leave it at that because I can't, until I get it done, until I get more concrete stuff out there. But I'm trying to do some things that are very different this coming year. Maybe some collabs that you guys aren't expecting. So I've got a lot of stuff working behind the scenes as always. A lot of stuff falls through, some stuff doesn't. But you have to continue, right? You got to keep at it, keep churning away. So anyway, really good stuff here, guys. So let me jump down here. I saw a couple things. Oh, yeah, so I think my man 3V Project jumped in. Let's see, yeah, so 3V Project. So he says thank you to Aaron. So those of you guys who caught my last live, I basically said, look, I have my two OG hats. I have my Hellcat hat, my first original RacerX hat that I wore, filmed so many videos in those hats. They were just in my closet, and I was like, look, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send these all of my SEMA badges out to whoever gives me the highest super chat. We got like a bidding war, right? And at the end, and it was like the biggest single super chat. At the very end, right as I was ready to end the live, Aaron jumped in there with the biggest super chat of everybody. And his only ask was to send the hats out to the other guys that had already been bidding, and he wanted one to go to each. Super class act by Aaron. And I even offered to send him something. I wanted to send him something, and he refused. He simply said, nope, your channel and you're a good guy, and I just appreciate what you do, and just a very class act by Aaron. So that's exactly what we did. I'm going to send one out to 3V and my man James Photos. And so, like I said, those just came back. We got professional cleaned. I got to find some hat boxes, and I will get those out to you guys. And I will make sure I sign them for you, like I mentioned. But anyway, that was really, really cool. So that's why 3V Project made that comment about thanks for the live last time. So that's really what he meant by that. So really, really cool stuff, guys. You guys are all such good sports. I really appreciate it. Taylor also with another super chat, and he says, Merry Christmas, glad I made it. I can't wait to see the new content. I'm looking forward to bringing it to you, Taylor. Just started following you on Instagram, by the way. Y'all follow him. So RacerX Official is my Instagram. I haven't been dropping a lot of stuff on Instagram, so it's kind of a whole nother story, but I got a little kind of perturbed at Instagram, and it's not necessarily, it just kind of is what the platform is, but I feel like, I just got a little tired of Instagram. I'll continue to post on it, guys, from time to time. But I just feel like Instagram promotes a lot of stuff that maybe they necessarily shouldn't. I feel, I'm tired of just, you put out really good stuff on Instagram and it gets nothing. And then you see some girl get on there and wiggle around and do nothing, spend no time, has no talent, and it will get 500 million likes and views and it gets viral. And it's kind of ridiculous. And I don't know. I digress. But anyway, I will start posting more on Instagram, and I will continue to kind of give you guys a little bit of a segue to some of my new content on Instagram, stuff like that. And so I still will do stuff like that. So anyway, thank you for following me on Instagram. Thank you for your continued support. Hopefully you're a subscriber to the channel as well. So he says, IG wigglers, no doubt. That is the thing. That is the Instagram thing to do. Thank you for that super chat, Taylor. I appreciate it. And then, of course, look who just jumped into the live. It is my man from California, OC Motivator. I hope you guys got to see his video where he ran into me at the SEMA show. He actually came by when I was doing my signing at SEMA. And, I actually texted him. I was like, where is this guy? He said he was going to come see me. I didn't see him. But he turned around. He jumped out of a moving car or something. And then he came all the way back, and we filmed some content together while we were there. And then hopefully we'll get some more. Maybe this year will be the year we actually get together and film some more videos together. I hope that happens. But a really good guy, OC Motivator, a big time, Mopar enthusiast. His channel continues to grow, and he's just a really solid dude. I really like his channel. Puts out good content. We put out similar content a lot of times on our Dodge stuff, and we don't always see perfectly eye to eye, but on most things we pretty much do. So anyway, really good guy. Thank you for the support. And he says, Merry Christmas, RacerX, and Merry Christmas, everybody. I absolutely echo that sentiment, buddy. Thank you for all of your support, and not just this year, but you've been following me a long time, and I've been following your channel now for a while as well. And man, it's like, as I said, it's folks like OC Motivator that keep me happy and keep me going when I get a little bit just sort of down or whatever. Like I said, we're all human, guys. We're not cyborgs. And so, I actually talked with him at length when we were at SEMA about some of the trolls that were out there. And he had some pretty funny stories. You guys will have to ask him about that, so hit him up on Instagram or something about it. But he did tell me some fun stories. But anyway, buddy, thank you so much once again for your continued support as always. And we need to make some plans for this coming year. So I would be absolutely happy to do it. Man, I'm going to jump around a little bit, guys, because I've got a lot of stuff because I get on the super chat thing. I did have a couple other things that I wanted to talk about from a content perspective. Please hit thumbs up for me, guys. I would love to hit like 150 tonight. Like I said, tonight was going to be more of a chill live. Normally, I would go through and I make tons of notes before my lives. And I didn't do that this time. I purposely didn't do that. I wanted to just let this one just flow and just enjoy your comments and talk about just a couple of kind of key things about some stuff that I'm really grateful for and some things I want to talk about maybe coming into this next year, which I'm going to touch on here very shortly. So I will not forget that. But anyway, who else? Let's see here. 3B says, wow, class, he's talking about Aaron, I believe. Let's see. Chuck's saying OC dropping the 50 spot. Absolutely here. Who else do we get? Jay Bekva says that crash test genius. Not a fan either of the front end. So I mean, maybe talking about the Mustang possibly. Let's see. It's always hard when I jump into things midstream here, guys. So let's see. What is Eric saying? OC Motivator friend, good evening. Thank you. Merry Christmas. So a lot of people shouting out to my man OC Motivator. Jeff, mid-muffler delete and add Dynamax race bullets as a great sound. Well, that's good to know. So like if you're not trying to go like all, a more expensive like catback system, if you just do the Dynamax mid mufflers, then maybe it does make a really nice sound. I don't know. Somebody asked me about that. I don't know if it was you, Jeff, that asked me about it on Instagram, but somebody else asked me that, and I can't comment on it because I never did that exact setup. I always kind of went with full catback systems typically. I did the tunnel ram from Kenny's. And then of course I've been with MagnaFlow now for a while. So, and I did that because I really like I just like their stuff. So I did want to mention something else because it just came to mind. Like I said, this is what happens when I just kind of free spin things. But I do want to make a video very soon for you guys. And I think I might have mentioned this last time about some theft things you can do for your Mopars. Got a couple of companies that are going to be sending me some stuff. So I don't have that ready yet, but it will be coming here pretty soon. So a lot of you guys, have asked me, hey, RacerX, what can I do to help keep my Mopar safe? Because they're being stolen at incredible rates right now. And so I will put out a video for you guys talking about that very thing. I want to make sure I have enough good stuff to put a really solid video to maybe give you guys some good pointers. I'm also trying to work with some companies to try and give you guys some solid discounts on this stuff. So if I put it out there, I've kind of requested that, hey, if I'm going to put it out there to my audience, I want them to get a good deal on it, if they're going to do it. That has been my goal. So I will continue to do that for you guys. And I did put out 2 videos this week. I will mention that just really quick. Anyway, guys, so it looks like the last one I put out was controversial. Did you guys watch the last video I put out? That was about maybe the future of the car enthusiast community, the future of the industry. I talked about maybe what it could turn into based on what I'm seeing, like maybe possible legislation that's going to come down the pipe, and how cars at some point here in the not too distant future may literally be just completely autonomous. I mean, you get in it, there's no driver. It takes you from point A to point B. All the fun in driving your car may go away at some point in the future. Because they're going to put all these nannies on the cars, kill switches, mandatory, so that the police can stop cars whenever they want to. And then, of course, will they record how you drive? And if they deem that you've driven too aggressively, you went too fast, are they going to start just deducting money out of your bank account? Are they going to show up and arrest you? Are they just going to send you a ticket in the mail? Are they going to revoke points on your, are they going to take points away on your license? There's a number of possibilities, but the technology already exists. The only thing that's really kind of keeping that at bay is, legislation being passed. And if it starts to go that direction, guys, that is a slippery slope. And so I put out a video about this. Go check out my last video. I just put it out a couple of days ago. And then I won't go out into that one a whole lot more, but I did put out another video before that. And geez, what was that video, guys? I'm trying to remember now. Usually I write it all down. Oh, it was on the power of the S650. I drew a blank there for a minute, but yeah. So the horsepower numbers came out on the S650. What do you guys think about it? They came out at 486. So they managed to make 1 more horsepower on the new Mustang GT, the 2024 Mustang GT, than they did on the Scat Pack. Do you think that is a coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence. It's just funny how they managed to do that by 1 horsepower. And then, of course, the Dark Horse makes 500. So, and there's not a lot of difference between the GT and the Dark Horse, really. So anyway, those are the 2 videos that I brought you guys. So if you haven't seen either one, please go and do that. So another little thing I wanted to ask you guys is, I wanted to maybe start on some of these lives doing segments on builds, like subscriber builds, like basically saying, hey, look, here is a subscriber build that I really like. Talk about it a little bit, maybe point out their Instagram page, give them a little shout. And I think there's something neat about that. I actually came up with a couple ideas that I pitched to a production company. I don't think they're going to go anywhere, guys, but I had some cool ideas. I don't want to go into any more about it. You never know. They may call me back and say, RacerX, let's do a show. But anyway, you got to try. I mean, why not try? So, but yeah, I definitely think that things are trending in a weird direction right now in terms of just the car community, what's going on with legislation and all that. And I'm not making any of this political, guys, so please don't mistake this. I mean, I'm just looking at things holistically and how I kind of see things trending and what's going on, right? I mean, we see more EVs coming out. There's no denying that. You can draw whatever conclusions there are to be made in terms of, politically. That's not my goal here. My goal is simply to look at the facts and tell you guys my thoughts on them and tell you guys what's new, what's coming down the pipe. So anyway, guys, like I said, I stay out of the political arena. I let you guys kind of keep it in the comments, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, I will say the other thing is, let's try and keep, when you guys comments, I know a lot of people are very passionate because they do get frustrated. We're all enthusiasts here on this channel, and you know, I don't think there's a one of you guys that tune into me. That's why we're here, right? We're a big car community, and it frustrates a lot of people that we see things go in the direction they're going right now. We saw things get really good, right? In like 2015, 2016, the Hellcats are coming out, and even going into like, you know, 2019, 2020. I mean, we had Tesla out there, it was doing its thing, but like, we're like, dude, where is this going to stop? This is getting really good, right? We have 807 horsepower Hellcats coming out of the factory right now. We're talking about, you know, some insane cars coming down through, you know, what's going to be the new Shelby, and everybody's speculating. And then all of a sudden, this EV stuff started really, really getting heavy. And it might have been before that. A lot of this was in motion, but just that's kind of where things are going. So, you know, we have to be realistic about the way things are trending. And we may not necessarily like it, but you know what, guys, it is what it is. And so we either kind of accept things and figure out what we do. We maybe fight back in a productive way, right? But we do want to keep our comments pretty, you know, try to be somewhat positive about things, you know, in the comments. And one of the things I mentioned to my mom when I was hanging out with her just the other day is, I don't really know why, you know, in my entire existence, right? I have never gone on to somebody's, you know, somebody's page, somebody's Instagram, somebody's YouTube channel, or somebody's public forum and made a derogatory comment about them, attacked them personally, you know, cussed at them, whatever else. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. And I that's what makes this great, right? That's why I love this. But at the end of the day, you know, I do kind of wonder about people sometimes, or why they think it's okay to sort of belittle somebody or try and tear somebody down over a difference of opinion. I've never understood that. And I've always been like, that's not okay. I don't care what anybody says, guys, that's not okay. You know, if you want to give some constructive criticism, do it in a productive manner. You know, you don't have to be a jerk. You don't have to be an a-hole. You know what I mean? You can still do it, and do it in a more productive way. And then if you want to show positivity, then great. I fully support it. Be positive. But yeah, I don't know. I've always just wondered, you know, why people think it's okay to do that. Yeah, freedom of speech, whatever you want to say. But I've never felt the need to bash somebody. So I don't know. Like I said, this is me venting a little bit, guys. But, you know, kind of goes along with the whole Christmas spirit thing, right? Is that, you know, at the end of the day, we're grown people, and, you know, we should act accordingly, right? I mean, because at the end of the day, the person you're bashing is somebody's dad, you know, or somebody's son, and somebody's mom. And, you know, people just get way too comfortable over the keyboard, acting as if, you know, I don't know, acting as if they've lost their mind, because we fully know that most of what's said would not go, they wouldn't say anything close to that had they been sitting across the table from each other or whatever. I mean, maybe in some instances they would, but it's like, it does no good, guys. It's just, you know, like I said, I always like things when they're positive, and if you can bring up a you know, just a different perspective, a different viewpoint, no matter how passionate you are, you can still do it in a relatively positive way, or just agree to disagree and not be mean about it. There's nothing wrong with that. So anyway, Drag Van is out of here, buddy. I'm so glad you jumped in tonight, buddy. Thank you for being on. So anyway, I know this has been a lot of different stuff coming at you tonight, guys. I've been talking a lot about just things that have been just popping into my mind, and that's really kind of what I wanted to do tonight. And geez, we're at 38 minutes already. Wow. Let me grab some more comments, guys. I love getting your comments on this, and I know you guys have been, oh man, I've got a lot of them to go through, guys. So I'm gonna have to just kind of jump in and see what's coming down the pipe. Let's see here. Oh, Dell says, no, it's not coincidence. It's talking about what the Mustang put out at 486 horsepower. I agree. Let's see, what does Taylor say? Let's see, don't be the new Chrysler products. Let's see, are great and super clean. With the 6.4, it'll be very sought after vehicle. You know what? It's funny because my Chrysler content is hit or miss, you know, so I think that's just my particular audience. But I do think that the 300C is a really cool car. I mean, it has a different look to it than the Charger. You can tell it's kind of a Charger when you're driving it around, but I do think the 6.4, I've been calling for that 6.4 to come back for forever. I was so pleased when Jeep put the 6.4 in the Wrangler, in the Rubicon, and I feel like that's a really good move. And now going into 2024, I think we're going to see a bunch of these Hurricane engines going into stuff, which, like I said, a lot of you guys have expressed it's not a V8, so you don't like it. I get that, and I think there's some, I think you've got a valid point, and we wish it was a V8, right? But I think Dodge will give us a really solid engine in the Hurricane, and I think it's going to be very tunable. I've mentioned it at length. So it will make more power, it'll be more fuel efficient, it'll be more modern, it'll be better basically all the way around, but it won't necessarily sound better. And it won't be a V8. And that's where we're headed with things. So let me ask you guys something really quick. Let's see here. Would the Caddy CT5 Blackwing be a candidate for you? Joe, that's a really good question. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie and tell you that I have not thought about a CT5V Blackwing for the channel, because I have. I actually really like that car. It is a really good machine to drive. You guys have seen me review a couple of those on the channel, and they're awesome. The 10 speed on those cars and the upgraded power plant, everything on that car works well. I like the interior. Some people think it maybe looks just a little bit too old manish. I don't necessarily think so. I think that's just an awesome car. It's great to drive. It gets in the power band really fast. I mean, the power comes on really hard and fast in the Blackwing, and in the previous CTS-V version, it didn't. I mean, I won't say that it didn't come on, didn't have good power. It is noticeably faster how quickly the power comes on in the Blackwing. So the biggest problem with the Blackwing is the price. The dealer markup on those, out of control. So you almost can't sniff a Blackwing for under like 130, 140 grand if you're lucky, because the dealers are gouging people on those cars. And it's no different with the Hellcats right now, guys, but it's just like I am not in a position to go out and do that. I just don't want to. So I would love to own one. I could do a lot of fun things with the Blackwing. I think it'd be a fantastic car for the channel, but I just don't see it being worth the money. Because I don't see a huge return. I think I would get some return in terms of people being interested in the channel and stuff like that. I think it would be cool, but is it worth that kind of money? Probably not. So that's where I stand with the Blackwing, but I had thought about it, and really good question. So I'm amazed to hear you guys ask me that, but I had thought about it. So that is the truth. Let's see here. Hitman saying great points. I appreciate that, buddy. Let's see here. Dragman's jumped out on me already. Who else have I not heard from? I'm trying to see maybe some folks. Let's see here. So 3V checking out on Dragvan. Let's see. Who else? Grant Rubino says, let's see, this is random, but I've followed you for years and I've always wondered what your real name is. My real name is Paul. So I don't talk about it. A lot of people think that my real first name is Racer. It's not. So, but yeah, I don't typically, I don't put my first name out there a lot, but it's okay. It's not like I'm purposely hiding it. It's just one of those things. Let's go for 150 likes, says 3V Project. Guys, I think we can get there. We got another, 54 likes we got to get. We might be able to get there before we adjourn tonight. So I really hope so. We're going to try. So guys, if you've not hit the like button, please do so for me right now. I really appreciate it. Agent says, LOL, first name Racer. Yes. So that was my parent on my birth certificate. It just says Racer on the front, and it has a car hanging a hoop. That would be a pretty legit birth certificate, actually. Guys, my registration is due for Florida now, so I had my Texas plate on my car. It was good through this month, so I'm actually due to put a new plate on my car here pretty soon, and I don't get it. Like, why is RacerX always taken? I cannot just put RacerX on my license plate. It was taken in Texas, and it's also taken in Florida. And I'm like, oh, who is taking this stuff? But I realize, there's a cartoon that had RacerX on it. There's also a motorcycle publication that goes by RacerX, and I think there's even a band called RacerX, if I'm not mistaken. So in my early days, a lot of people were trying to find me, and they would find this motorcycle publication, or they would find, I don't know, other stuff. They would find a band or whatever. But since my channel has gotten big enough, most people find me relatively easily, but I can't seem to get RacerX on my license plate. So last time, Static X says Patrick. I didn't know Patrick was even in here. I missed his comments. Archibald says Chuck. Definitely not Archibald. Hey, there's my man Pete in the house as well. Pete seems to think that it's fans of mine getting the Racer X. I would love to think that that's true, Pete, but I don't know if it is. Yeah, I would love to think it is, but I don't know. So I always have to spell it with like a Y. So like RaYCRX. I've got to be really creative with, yeah, I figured as much, Chuck. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. People are snagging up license plates and I can't even get my own YouTube channel on the license plate. So what do you do? Who else we got in here? J Beck VA says, man, I hope Decent Ice can hang on for another couple years. Going to take that long to get me back to the saddle, so to speak, having to drive a hamster mobile after a 2019 Performance Pack 1. Down but not out. We're never out, guys. And so, like I always tell you guys, where there's a will, there's a way. And the cars are still going to be here. They're not going anywhere, guys. Not for a long time. It's going to be really hard to just completely do away with something we've been using now for well over 100 years. I mean, even the dealership model, guys, it's really slow and hard to change. It is changing, but change is slow, and it's going to take some time to get there. I just hope we don't get to the point where we can't enjoy our cars anymore, guys. Acer Rex, says Joe. I like that one too. So spell it backwards. Let's see here. Well, I mean, I guess I could spell it backwards. I don't think it would make sense to anybody, but I'll figure it out. And the hard part is when I start getting 2-3 cars for the channel, then what do I do? So I don't know. We'll come up with something. Let's see here. I like this screen name. Can't think of name. Yeah, that's literally the screen name. The electronics will sound amazing once they figure out a mechanical sound they can amplify. So there's that school of thought as well. Most people think that performance cars should make noise to some degree. Did Dodge really screw up by giving it the sound? Racer X, I love it. But did they screw up by making the Banshee sound the way that it did? A lot of people think they did. They would have been better off just giving it a really nasty cam V8 sound, even though it's fake. At least it kind of sounds like something we're used to. I don't know. But anyway, guys, it's food for thought. Let me jump up here and see, what did Doyle say? I have a problem with people who buy EVs. I just hate EVs. I'm a petroleum person. Nothing wrong with that. There are a lot of people that feel just like you do, Doyle. And I love my man Jay Beeman in the house. But I do love a naturally aspirated or even a supercharged or twin turbo. I mean, I just love the sound that our cars make. Never owned an EV. That doesn't mean I necessarily won't. But I'm trying to keep my mind as open as I can, guys. It's not always easy to do with everything happening right now, but I do. You guys know me. I try to be objective. I try to be fair, and I try and give everything a chance to a degree. And I want to give them a chance. I would love to get my hands on a Banshee. Like a pre-production Banshee, and give you guys my real thoughts on it. Show you guys how it drives, how it sounds, and just let's jump into it. We'll give it a chance. And, if we don't like it, we don't like it. But at least we know, you know what I mean? Instead of just saying, oh, I hate it to start, I'm willing to give it a shot. Let's see here. But, I don't know. I can't guarantee I'm going to like it. I can't guarantee I'm going to dislike it. I just want to give it a chance. And that's kind of where I stand on it, guys. And it's like anything else, right? It's like a lot of the cars that I do on my channel. Like the Supra is a perfect example. I went in looking at I appreciate it, Doyle. Thank you so much. I went into the review on the Supra kind of with a mindset of like, I don't really like the way this car looks. I'm not going to like it. And guess what? I drove it. And it grew on me a little bit from a looks perspective. And after I drove it, I liked it. I liked the way that it sounded. It was super darty and a super fun car to drive. A lot of you guys are diehard Mopar folks. There's nothing wrong with that. You'd never drive a Supra. I'm telling you from experience, the car is fun to drive. So does that mean I'm going to go and buy one? No, but I'm going to give it its just due. And I think the engineers of that car did a pretty good job. So anyway, that's just like I said. That's why I hope you guys enjoy my content. Is because I can be objective and I tell you guys how I really truthfully feel without having these preconceived notions, these biases. And I want to give you guys my honest thoughts. I do always typically try and focus more on the positive than the negative, but if something's bugging me about it, I'll tell you. So anyway. Let me jump back up here, guys. I think my man Aaron, he said, I like the Banshee sound. Let's see how it evolves before we shut it down. So Aaron is willing to give it a chance. So I know, obviously, Aaron, but of course, Aaron wants to drive an R8 too. So he's not a diehard just Mopar guy as much as he loves the Mopars. So can't think of name. Yeah. This is so funny to me. Let's see, appreciate your 1,000 horsepower Hellcat video and your reply. Well, absolutely. I do get that comment a lot. A lot of people really miss my Hellcat. All I can tell you guys is, stick with me. I've got other plans. I did make some inquiries. You guys were asking me about the CT5V Blackwing. I did also, oh, by the way, once again, can't think of name, yeah. I appreciate your super chat. Very, very gracious of you. So anyway, but I actually looked into buying a super stock for the channel, guys. I'm not going to lie to you about it. A lot of people think that's what's coming to the channel. Unless something changes, guys, it's not. The dealerships that I've called, even with my platform, they refuse to work with me. They're only making like 200 of them, guys, for 2023. They're going to be extremely hard to get, even more so than the limited edition. Even the Challenger Super Stock is going to be fewer than the Black Ghost. So it's an impossible trim to get, guys. Every dealership that I've called, I called a dealership in Miami. They had 4 allocations, they said. They were not willing to work with me at all. They wanted to charge me $60,000 over sticker. Not doing it. I called a dealership in Kentucky that had 10 of them. The highest allocation of any in the country. Once again, $60,000 over sticker. Not doing it. Guys, I'm not that guy. And so if they refuse to sell it to me at sticker, which every single dealership in the entire nation is, because they feel like some sucker is going to pay that kind of money for it, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not that guy. So the super stock, guys, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen unless something changes. Unless I get some phone call from Dodge or just some dealership that for whatever reason had a change of heart, which is the only way that's going to happen is if there's some law passed, which could happen. But it's insane. And the even crazier thing is how many people have enough money to pay $60,000 over sticker for a muscle car. I mean, that already costs over $100,000. That's a lot of money, guys. I'm sorry, but that's a lot of money. So at some point we're going to be paying Ferrari money for muscle cars. And that goes against what a muscle car should be. I'm sorry, but it is. I mean, muscle cars are supposed to be for the blue collar guys that like to get out and shred tires and have fun. And that's the whole spirit of what a muscle car was. I say was. So anyway, guys, food for thought, but yeah, I'm just being real with you. I tried to do the super stock thing because I wanted to do something kind of unique with it. It's not looking good. We'll put it that way, guys. So this is me being very transparent with you guys and open about that. So as you can see, a lot of the cars that some people thought I might get for the channel, I'm just like shutting it down. But anyway, so some of you guys might be able to surmise kind of what may be coming to the channel very soon. But definitely stick with me, guys. I think I've got some fun stuff for you. Let's see. Look at my man Patrick. He says, "Missed the track and racing videos, X. Were always fun and exciting to watch." I really appreciate that. I love making those videos for you. They are a lot of work, but I still, you guys know me. I mean, I've been a drag racer for a long time, and that's my thing. And it's so funny, when I put out a drag content, or even when I look at the forums and guys are like, "Yeah, RacerX he's a YouTuber. He doesn't know how to race." I'm like, dude, I was a drag racer long before I was a YouTuber. So, it's like people go out and they watch, me and Demonology race, and they're like, "Oh crap, these guys can drive." Well, guess what, guys? We did this a long time before we started our YouTube channels. we are old gearheads, man. And so it's like, why are they so good on a pro tree? Guess what? We've had a lot of practice. So, you know, it is what it is. Dan saying Merry Christmas, Mr. X. I appreciate that, Dan. Merry Christmas to you as well. So yeah, I mean it's kind of interesting, but I want to get back into drag racing, guys. I think I have a lot more left in that Mustang. It's sitting out in the garage right now. As I mentioned, I've got some plans for that. But who knows? Maybe I'll have some other stuff to go drag racing with that you guys will find equally as fun or interesting. So you know, we'll just have to wait and see. We're getting into some really good drag racing weather, guys. So I'm kind of hoping that I can bring that to you here very soon. So thank you for that feedback as well, guys. So let me see what else we got here. Roland, he says, I think getting a 5.7 RT, maybe a shaker, would drive viewers. Well, I will tell you that my RT content does better. I think I might have mentioned this before, but my RT content does better than any other content that I do, period. Like 8 of my top 10 videos are about the RT in some way, shape, or form. As weird as that seems. Still, the number one video on my channel is how to make an RT as fast as a scat pack. And it continues to get views to this day. And I filmed it like 2.5 years ago or whatever it's been, 3 years ago. It's been a long time. People still watch it. And, you know, I just put out an RT video about maybe consider the RT over a scat pack and why. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. And while it's not a crazy go nuts video, it continues to rack up views. And I think it's like, I don't know, 75,000 views or something in a couple of weeks. And that's one of those that I guarantee you, based on what's happened before, people are going to continue to watch it. A lot of people really like RT content. So what Doyle is saying is, you know, there's some validity to the RT. As a lot of people hate on the RT because they kind of feel like it's underpowered. It sits in a weird place because you've got the SS and the Scat Pack and you've got the Mustang and they all sit above that one. And there are V6s that'll keep up with it, which is true. There are some very powerful V6s that will keep up with an RT, but and inline sixes. But it still has its place, and I talked about it in a video, guys. And you can still make an RT a lot of fun, and there's a lot of ways to do it. So anyway, the RT is still a very valid car in my mind, and maybe it's something to consider. So get a RT, let the mods begin, says Jeff. RT is cool, says Joe. Let's see, you get the looks and the sound and almost all power. Yes. So yeah, I'm with you guys. You know, I do like the RT. You know, there's a couple other trims that I like too. You know, it's like I said, I really do like the super stock of all the Hellcats. It's my favorite, besides the TRX. I really like the TRX, guys. I don't think the TRX would get me near the views as some of the other stuff I was going to do, but I still I just really like the TRX. I think it's fantastic. So of the 4-wheel drive Hellcats, the TRX hands down is my favorite. Not that the other two are bad, but I really like the TRX. They did such a good job with that truck. And yeah, I know we got the new Raptor R coming down, and you know, there's always something better coming down the pipe at some point. But truly, I still feel like the TRX is the king of the road. I mean, what a beast. So anyway, I go on these little tangents. But Sovereign Knight, RacerX's video on how to make an RT comparable to a Scat Pack. So there's that link, guys. If you haven't seen that, that is one of my OG videos. But a lot of people continue to watch it. So anyway, thank you, buddy, for putting that up there. Let's see, Patrick saying RTs are cool. The working man's muscle car. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. So not everything I do has to make insane power. I'm kind of starting to realize that. The weird thing is when I had both the Scat Pack and the Hellcat, the Scat Pack got 3 times the amount of viewership that the Hellcat got. As cool as the Hellcat was, and as what a monster that car was, and just how consistent. I mean, man, I love the Hellcat. But in terms of viewership, the Scat Pack far and away exceeded it. And it seems like that the lower trim levels just seem to get more traction, at least from a channel perspective. So I feel like it's cool to have like a different mix of different, trim levels on your channel. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm talking about a lot of different stuff coming in 2023. I hope most of it I can deliver to you guys. We need about 30 more likes to get to 150, guys. Help me get there. If you haven't hit thumbs up, please hit it on the way in. I would really appreciate it. I think we can get there tonight. Let me see what else we got from comments, guys. And then I had some other stuff I wanted to touch on before we adjourn tonight. I do want to try and keep it to somewhat about about another 10 minutes. I think I want to keep it to. Like I said, tonight is it's just time for us to celebrate Christmas, guys. Let me see what other comment. Bon 1286, nothing wrong with the 5.7 Hemi cars. Yes, I agree with that. I agree. I mean, the Hemi is still just awesome. I mean, it really is. Yeah, maybe it's old school and you know, it's not 4 valves per cylinder or dual overhead cam, or you know, it's a push rod, but it's still cool and it sounds really good. I can always hear a Hemi when it goes down the street. It has such a unique sound. Of course, I can pick out just about anything going down the street, but especially a Hemi. Very distinctive sound to a Hemi, and I love that. So let's see what else here. Who else have I missed here? I know a lot of comments. So sorry, guys. I got a lot of comments coming in. Let's see here. All-wheel drive Hellcat build. That would get a lot of views. I agree with that. It would not be that easy to set up, I don't think. I think it's been done. You know, I know there's a guy, Cal SRT, I think is his name. He does all sorts of like Chrysler content, right? He builds like these awesome, you know, Hellcat swapped Chrysler 300s and stuff. And he's done a bunch of crazy like setups and builds on his channel. He's got some pretty cool stuff out there. Maybe it's a collab I need to get in at some point. And you guys let me know what you think about that. But at any rate, yeah, let's chug some eggnog, says Jeff. Let me see here. Let me jump down a little and see. Jacob, what about a Trackhawk? You know, I do like the Trackhawk. There's other stuff I would put in front of the Trackhawk in terms of content. Trackhawk is still an awesome vehicle. Super cool car, the Trackhawk. It's just not really for me, guys. You know, when I see one, I'm like, dude, that's awesome. But, you know, I still would prefer, if it was me and I had a Trackhawk sitting next to a TRX all day, at least for me. Not that the Trackhawk isn't faster, because it is. I love the way a TRX drives, and to be that big and that fast and be that capable of everything that thing does. It's just a ridiculous notion to have a truck that does what that thing does. I mean, I still remember when I went to the Speed Week, guys, and I went on the TRX experience. Did you guys watch that video? The guy literally went over a jump, and we were like 10 feet in the air. I'm not exaggerating. And then the thing just came down and just took it. And it did that all day long for 3 straight days. It's an impressive vehicle. It just is. So anyway, let's see. 5.7 pedal commander and a real good time, says Benslick. And you know what? That's definitely a possibility. That's a good thing about an RT is you can really go so many ways with it. Sky's kind of the limit. So let's see what else we got. Hellcat engine in a Supra. Do it. I was trying to convince Dodge to send me one of those 1,500 horsepower crate engines or direct connection, and I don't think they're going to, but I was trying. I would have a lot of fun with that. I don't know. We'll put that. We'll just put it out there. Trying lots of different stuff, guys. Some of this stuff is going to work. So I'm always working on different things behind the scenes, guys. That's part of what you got to do to be successful at YouTube. Midnight, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Let's see here. The Truth, any chance of doing a 60s build? As much as I like the 60s cars, guys, I'll continue to probably bring you some reviews from some 60s cars, because I have a really cool dealership right down the street that lets me do that. In terms of doing a build on one of the like old school Mopar or something like that, it's not really in my wheelhouse, guys. A lot of my older content doesn't do as well. I would enjoy it, but I don't think it would make a lot of sense for the channel. Really what makes the most sense for me is to try to get into stuff that either one hasn't really been done a lot in relatively new stuff, or get something brand new that I can do a lot of really unique content on, and then maybe start doing some cool things to it. So that's kind of my, my thought process on things. 15 more likes, guys. We are almost there. We've got just a few minutes left of this. Any Christmas gifts to the Mustang? Well, the Mustang has a few goodies ready to go on it that I haven't been able to get put on. The shops right now, guys, are packed. Like your performance shops, it's almost impossible to get into the performance shops right now to get things done. But I'm going to continue to try, guys. I've got, we got to get some stuff to make that car a little faster, and I want to do that for you guys. Like I said, the car is capable of really, really fast quarter miles and top speed. with the kit that's on it right now, but I've got to shore some things up before we can really, really go crazy with it. So then we can really see what that car can do. But anyway, that's food for thought on that as well. Jonathan, I was wondering if you would wrap a Mustang Fox body in a Christmas tree. Yo, Fox body, huh? Let's see. What else do we got here? Joe K. I like naturally aspirated since it's simpler. Something to that as well. No extra heat exchangers, plumbing, etc. So I did a poll on my channel not too long ago, guys, and I said, what would you prefer? Would you prefer a boosted application, twin turbo, supercharger, or would you rather keep it naturally aspirated? And Chuck is checking out, buddy. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me for a little bit. But the poll, it was the closest poll I've ever done. It was like right down the middle, guys, like 50-50. So anyway, it was crazy to see how close that poll really was. So guys, we got 5 minutes left. So here is the thing. I have so many comments, guys. I know I can't always get to them all. I think I got to all my super chats tonight as best as I could. I just wanted to get on and have a little bit of a Christmas thing. I won't see you guys again. You guys will maybe see some more content from me before Christmas, but I won't be live with you guys and interactive like this. Yes, we are almost at 150 likes, guys. So, Sarver Knight putting up my petition. But I do want to give a couple of, some folks some shout outs. Moderators, once again, thank you guys so much for everything that you do. You guys help keep my channel a very positive place to hang out and be for people that want to come on and watch car content. You guys are a huge part of my community, and you guys are just awesome. So I've got, I think, at least 6 or 8 folks. They're on with me on every live. They watch all of my content, and you guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you guys for what you do. And yeah, my biggest takeaway from today is, once again, Christmas is all about being thankful. And ultimately, it's about the celebration of Jesus. That's why Christmas came about. But a lot of people have turned it into something completely different, right? And it has become very industrialized. Yes, every business makes a ton of money this time of year, and that's great for the businesses. I'm happy. But it shouldn't be as stressful as it is, and we all go through it. But man, I think I ask everybody to take a hot second, step back, and realize that really the best parts of life, I think, are times where you can enjoy something or just time with people that you care about. And you can have all the money in the world. I've met a lot of people like that. They have all the money in the world and they're still miserable. Be thankful for what you do have. And we all tend to be kind of discontent because that's the world we live in this day. We get on Instagram and everybody's, better looking or has more money or whatever. And it spreads this discontent feeling that we're not good enough and our cars aren't fast enough. There's always somebody faster. Like there's always some reason for us to feel not good enough. And at the end of the day, sometimes we have to take a step back and realize just kind of how fortunate we are. And I am very, very fortunate that I have this platform. I'm super fortunate that I have, my family and my support system to include you guys. And man, I just feel truly blessed this Christmas. It has been a little bit of a wild ride for me this past year, but I'm feeling really good about 2023. I'm feeling good about just, taking a big step back and realizing what's important. And that means, that's really what it's all about. And that's it, guys. Take a big step back, enjoy the time that you have with your family. You don't know if tomorrow is going to come or not. That's the truth of it. We can't see into the future. I wish I could. I'd buy a lottery ticket. So you kind of have to treat each day as a gift and remember, be nice to everybody as best you can. Try and take a deep breath. Do one kind thing for somebody you don't know. I asked you guys about that last time, but one of the things I love the best is when I watch some of these YouTube channels where people will go out and do really kind things for people they don't even know, and the way that it affects them personally. And I tell you the truth, it feels really good to do that sort of thing. And so I would ask you to, be kind to your fellow people, be supportive of each other, and people you don't know, people you do know. Try your very best to be patient with people. Understand that people will sometimes have different opinions than you do, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. And just as long as we're positive about the way we bring things up. But definitely, guys, enjoy this Christmas holiday. be safe out there. You know, hold your families really tight. Enjoy the time that you have together, and just being there. And don't make it so much about how much you got or didn't get, or what you wish you had, or whatever. Think about the things that you do have and the people you have in your life. It's just, I don't know. I think it just gets lost sometimes. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at. But anyway, real quick, what else came through? My voice is starting to get kind of hoarse from talking so much, guys. So, Opie, I haven't seen Opie on my channel in forever, buddy. Let's see. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you, RacerX, for all your great content this year. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for your continuing support. Guys, once again, I really do appreciate you. We got to 152 likes. We did it, guys. Man. Let's see. Todd saying, let's see. Thank you, Todd. I appreciate it, guys. Man, you guys have been very, very generous as always. Hey, you know what? I really enjoy this. It makes me feel really good. You know, like I said, to be able to come on here and just talk with you guys. It's so nice. I'm glad you guys enjoy the content, but even more so, thank you for being part of the RacerX family. Merry Christmas, guys. Have a absolutely wonderful, safe holiday. Enjoy it. Have a good meal. You know, enjoy the time with the people you love and you care about. And I will see you on the next one. So until then, guys, Merry Christmas. RacerX.